A very warm and pleasant good morning to everyone. This is Alisha Boria and this is Isha Pujari of 10th B. Today we are here to explain you the working of the rooftop rainwater harvesting structure. So as we know, these days water scarcity is very common and one method of conserving water is through the rainwater harvesting. So it is a system in which rainwater is collected in various techniques and it is stored and is used for various purposes. So here we have prepared a model of rainwater harvesting, and before we move on to understanding the working, let us understand what is rooftop rainwater harvesting. It is a process in which the rainwater from the roofs of the houses are collected and is directly stored in the storage tank after being filtered in the filter tank. So, Tamil Nadu is the first state in India whose government has made compulsory the rainwater harvesting structure to be installed in all the houses. So, the components of the rainwater harvesting structures are catchment, gutters and downtake pipes, filter tank, storage tank and delivery system.
So now I will explain the working of the model. So from the slope, rainwater is collected in the catchment, and from the catchment, rainwater is collected. From the catchment, a hole is made from which it is transported to the filter tank. In the filter tank, there is a layer of coarse grains, charcoal and sand, and from that it is transported to the storage tank or the water pump. Then through the delivery tube, it is used for various purposes such as irrigation, restoring the groundwater level and for household activities. Thank you.
A very warm and pleasant good morning to everyone. Today our group is going to explain to you about some of the rules of the concrete, which is otherwise called subject-verb agreement. Now what is concrete? Concrete is a process through which a word follows a particular subject or a particular subject follows a word. Now I would like to call one of our group members, Amreen Hussain, to explain the first rule of the concrete.
So, rule first. So first rule say that when two or more nouns are there in the place of subject, then and their population denotes one unit or one idea or one thing, then the subject is treated as singular subject, by which the verb is also singular. But the word denoting one thing, one idea or one unit must be there. For example, let us say like pizza and burger are popular meal. Pizza and burger is popular meal or popular snack. So here, pizza and burger is the subject, and pizza is noun and burger is another noun. So here pizza is a noun and burger is another noun. And here we are using is, which is a singular word. Why is it so? It is because this is denoting snack here is denoting it that it is a singular unit. Like pizza and burger is equals to snack is equals to one unit is equal it is yes sir. So pizza and burger. only one thing, that is lunch. So we are using a singular verb, that is. So here also rice plus dal plus curry is equals to lunch is equals to 1 unit. So we are using a singular verb. So it is the singular verb. So in this way, rule number 1 is completed. So I will call Isha to explain rule number 2.
Rule number 2 states that two or more than two nouns which denote a singular subject, but they are thought of separately without the use of which denotes one unit, one idea or one thing. For example, a car, and a bike, my means of transport. Here, a car and a bike, they are thought of separately, and this is the subject, in which a plural verb is used, because they are thought of separately. Here, as in the first rule, we saw that there was a phrase or a word which denoted one idea, one unit or one thing, but here there is absence of such a phrase or a word, so that's why a plural verb is used. Rice, dal, curry, and chutney are available in the market. Here, rice, dal, curry and chutney, they're the subject and they are thought of different without the use of a noun or a phrase which denotes one idea, one thing or one unit. That's why a plural verb is used. This was all about the second rule. Now I would like to call Alisha Bhoida to explain the third.
Third rule of Concord states that when the subject is a noun denoting height, weight, distance, measurement,
Good morning. Today we are here to discuss on the topic concord, which is also known as subject-verb agreement. So, what is subject-verb agreement? The process through which a particular subject follows a particular verb and the verb follows a particular subject. So, this is called concord, and or we can see it as the subject-verb agreement. So, we are here with the fourth rule, which will be explained by Swapnil sir.
Good morning everyone, this is Swapnil Sir standing for you to explain the fourth and fifth rule of Concord. So let us start with the fourth rule, which states that a number is always treated as a plural subject by which the verb is plural, after the number of the noun or the pronoun is always plural and always plural. Let me explain this by giving you an example. according to this rule, a number is always treated as a plural subject. So this is a plural subject, and after this number of the noun or the pronoun is always plural, and hence the verb is plural. Let me give another example. So here the subject is a number, a number is always treated as a plural subject. So this is plural. So after this, the noun or the pronoun is also plural, and hence the verb is plural. Now I will explain the fifth rule of Concord, which states that the number is treated as a singular subject by which the verb is singular, but after the noun or the pronoun is always plural. Let me explain this by giving you an example. So here the subject is the number, which is a singular after the number of the noun or the pronoun, which is the books, which is the plural, and hence the verb is singular. Let me give another example. So here the subject is the number, which is singular. After the number of the noun or the pronoun, which is voice, which is a plural. But after this, and hence the verb is singular. Because after the number of the nouns or the pronoun used is the singular. Thank you. Now I will call Mr. Pandey to proceed to explain the sixth rule of Concord.
So let us discuss the sixth rule of Concord, which states like this. When there are more than one word in the place of the subject, then the noun or the pronoun used before the first preposition is treated as the real subject, and the verb is used according to the real subject. When the subject is singular, it takes a singular verb, and if the subject is plural, it takes a plural verb. For example, one in, ten students is playing now. So here the first preposition is in. So the noun or the pronoun used before the first preposition is as treated as the subject. Then the noun and pronoun here before the end is subject. So it is the one is subject. As one is a singular subject, it takes a singular verb, that is. For one more example, the quality of mangoes is good in India. So here the first preposition is of. So the word used before the first preposition, that is of, is the quality. The quality is a singular subject, so it takes a singular verb, that is. So one more example. the standard of the students is good. So here the first preposition is of. The word we used before of is the standard. The standard here is also a singular subject, so it takes a singular verb, that is.
Morning to one and all present over here. This is Umkar Bharti from class 10 and today our topic is about rainwater harvesting. So today let us know what is rainwater harvesting. It is a process in which the water is collected, rainwater is collected and is stored. And today I am going to show you an experiment regarding the rainwater harvesting and how it works. So first let us know what is rooftop rainwater harvesting. Rooftop rainwater harvesting is a process in which the rainwater is collected from the roofs of the houses and is directly stored in the tanks after being filtered. And in this process, water is either directly used for the purposes or it is used to recharge the groundwater level. So let us see the working. First, when the rain occurs, then the water is filled in the roof. Then the water is passes from this level from the rooftop through the pipe and is collected here. It is the sedimentation tank where the water gets filtered and it gets finally stored into the tank in which the water is either directly used or it is used to recharge the groundwater table. And we can also see in the modern cities like they have tube wells and this water is also recharge the ground table, though it is also used for tube wells. So this is all about rooftop rainwater harvesting. Thank you.